My name is Mike Hilliard. I have been the men's and women's cross country coach here at the University of Southern Indiana for the last 28 years.
What initially attracted you to this university?
Well, it goes back to high school. I first stepped foot on this campus, I think, in 1985. I came here to run a road race that Coach Stegemuller put on in the spring. ISUE Citizens Bank 5K and 15K. Later on, as a senior in high school, I was recruited by the University of Southern Indiana. A few other schools. Ended up at Southeast Missouri State. Ended up back at Southern Indiana 3 years later after Southeast Missouri transitioned from Division II to Division I. I wanted to complete my athletic career in Division II, so I ended up back at Southern Indiana. Moved away, taught elementary PE for a year, ended up back here as a coach, and I've been here ever since.
It's like 32 high, 33 low probably for Mitch. My name is Austin Nolan. I am the assistant cross country and track and field coach at the University of Southern Indiana. This is my second year in that position. Prior to this, I competed here at USI from 2016 to 2020 for undergrad, and then 2020 to 2022 for graduate school.
What was wrong with it?
Make it look a little more pretty. It look that.
Can you really hear my voice down here?
Oh yeah, that thing picks up everything.
My name is Joshua Myers. I am a senior here at USI, and I have the honor of running on the track and cross country team here at the school. I'm pursuing computer science. I'm in the last year of my degree. And yeah, like I said, senior running computer science is really what I'm about right now. So.
This is a documentary, like,
I know.
don't they have commentary?
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
So, you know what we're doing here today?
Yeah.
Give me a quick intro about yourself.
Well, my name's Emily. I'm a member of the women's cross country and track and field team here at USI. I am an exercise science major. I have a concentration in physical therapy. And I've been running for about 7 years now. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously every team is different, both performance-wise as well as personality and team dynamics. I'd say this team is different from years in the past. We're very young. The youthfulness of our team. We in our top 7 athletes, we have, if you count red shirts, we have 4 freshmen in the top 7 typically, and that's pretty uncommon for this program. And a lot of that can be traced back to our transition to Division I and all of that. But honestly, I look at it as a positive. I think the future for the team is really strong. It's really bright. It's given a lot of these younger guys opportunities to get real in race in competition experience.
Take over.
80.8, hang in there.
So running USI, it's a lot, for me, getting here was a lot different from the other guys on the team that I'm sure most others actually. What happened was at this other local school, like I mentioned previously, I was at, during COVID, there was a lot of money issues with my team along with my academics, and so just kind of had to make that logical call to get in the transfer portal. And that was a really tough one for me because I was kind of happy where I was at, but I knew it had to be done. So whenever I did, though, I got in the transfer portal, and the next morning, actually Coach Hilliard was the first email in my inbox, and it was really one that I wasn't expecting because I felt that I wasn't quite up to par with what this team needed and what they wanted. But he sent me an email. My parents got to town as soon as we could just to meet with him and talk about some things. From there, actually, he came to one of my races that I was running at. It was a local race at Kentucky Wesleyan. And during that race, running for a whole nother team, just completely, just really kind of lost at the moment because of so many things going on. Coach was there. Coach Harry was there, and like I said, for another team, he was just encouraging. He was like, great job. Just a number of things that told me like, yeah, this might be really the right call. So through one way or the other, it kind of fell in my lap, and I wouldn't do anything to change the way it went, even how tough it was, but I could not be happier with what I'm doing right now.
Coaching, I would say, just like any career path that we follow, there's usually someone or some moment, that made an impression on you. And I think it goes back to my high school coach, David Gray, who's still a good friend of mine and someone that I look up to. My first college coach at Southeast Missouri, Bill Gautier, was certainly someone who influenced my desire to stay involved in the sport beyond my collegiate years. And Coach Stegemoller here as well. You know, they were my two college coaches. Those two experiences were two very different people in the way they motivated, the way that they led, the way we trained, just about in every way that you can imagine. But both, had a big impact on me and my desire to follow their path.
Man, well, talking about my athletic career, there's a million things I would have done differently. I mean, I'm sure everybody can look back and say, like, man, I would have done this or that. But main thing athletically for me while I was on the team years ago was trust the process a little bit more. I think patience is sometimes not my strongest virtue, especially when it comes to myself. So I think I sometimes tried to rush things along. And, if you're in this sport for even just a short period of time, that you can't skip steps. You can't rush things in this sport. You have to trust the process, and I think that took me a little bit longer as an athlete to learn. But now as a coach, things that I would change. I mean, I think Coach Hilliard would say the same thing, that there's always small details looking back, especially when it comes to like workout paces or groups and stuff, and say, oh, maybe this guy should have been with this group, or this group should have ran this pace. But when it all comes said and done, those are really minute details, and if you get caught up on those minute details, you kind of miss the bigger picture.
Qualities, I would certainly say resilience. This fall, we've had a lot of adversity to deal with on both sides. A bit more than normal. It's funny how those things work. You can do things exactly the same as you did the year before and the year before that, and suddenly injuries pop up, illness can pop up. The unexpected that you have to expect and plan for, because nothing is ever easy or ever goes perfect in this sport. It certainly is an incredibly resilient group, but their energy and desire to get better is contagious, and just like one or two negative influences on the team can bring the entire team down, a room full of positive energy, a rising tide rises all ships, and I feel like that's the direction that we're headed.
This year, something that's pretty great about it is, like I said, like-mindedness amongst individuals. There was a little bit of a rough period where we were filtering people through D1, D2, and that's going to happen when you have something as substantial as that occur. But with that said, the group that we have now, these freshmen that we just brought in, we have the makings of a pretty incredible legacy underway right now, and it's an honor to be one of the senior leadership on this team right now, and that's pretty much what's great about this team this year.
Well, I can tell that the team chemistry this year is very strong among the girls' team in general, but also like among the girls and guys together. I've never seen a group of athletes work so well with each other, hanging out outside of practice, encouraging each other during workouts, during races. Just the support I see on this team is just completely unmatched from anything I've seen before.
Oh man, well, I love winning. So winning, obviously, but it goes much beyond just winning. I mean, a season in which we can sit down with the athletes one-on-one or even as a team and hear each one of them say, one, that they were happy, two, that they accomplished their goals, and three, that they felt like they got the most out of themselves that season. That would be successful. I mean, I love winning, but to finish the season, whether you win or you lose, and to have each athlete say, like, I got the most out of myself this season, that would be a successful season. And to see the team come together, again, whether you win or you lose, to see the team come together. I kind of like how we did last year after conference. I feel like the team really came together, and that's a successful season in my mind.
Okay. Describe the perfect season for yourself and for the team.
Perfect season for myself. That used to have a much different definition from when I was in high school to now. Now anymore, it's remaining uninjured, staying motivated, and just staying happy in a season. Goals, whenever those things happen, I find that my goals fall right in line with accomplishing. For the team itself, obviously everybody wants to be a conference champion, and that's our number one goal, always has been. But aside from that sort of tangible thing, my number one goal for this team is that everybody can remain as uninjured as possible, because that's what we're all here to do. We're, especially just speaking for the guys team ourselves, we like running together, we like running with the boys all the time, and we want everybody to be there every day. Doesn't matter how well we're doing in the conference, what our standings are individually as a team, we all want to be together, and that's why we're here. So that's probably my number one thing.
I think for myself, a perfect season would look like I would progressively be getting better each race during the season. Just seeing what we do in practice and in training correlate onto the cross-country course. And I think that would also go along with the rest of the team. I think just to see everyone progress from who they were at the beginning of the season to an OVC championship. And I think on both sides, the biggest goal would be bringing home 2 OVC titles this season.
The most exciting part for me, and the thing that keeps me wanting to continue to do this, is just seeing the growth of our student athletes. From the time they're recruited to the day they step foot on campus to the time they're juniors and seniors, their development as people, as students, and as athletes as well. Just seeing how far they can develop and grow over the course of those 4 or 5 years. And this team, there's a lot to be excited about in terms of the future of the program, because our leadership is tremendous. In terms of our upperclassmen and the buy-in, across the board, is tremendous, and the talent level in with our underclassmen is as high as it's ever been.
All right, I'll give you 2 commands. I'll say runner sit. Set. Go.
Let's have some fun, gentlemen. Woo!